Let's
Let's
hit
do it.
Fuck off, Files.
Let's go.
All right. So the Fuck Off Files. If you've never seen this before, this is what we do for the Fuck Off Files. We ask our very esteemed guest if they could just snap their fingers and Thanos 3 things out of the music industry forever, as if they'd never existed in the first place. What would they be and why? So, have you had a chance? Like, I know I did say it. I don't know if they warned you this was coming up or what.
I warned him. I warned him before.
What's your first one, mate? What's the first thing you could just, if you wish you could just eliminate from the industry, and why?
Toxicity.
That's
And
one.
We've got the album. Got the album.
That's multifaceted, and I'm not going to say that I haven't fed into that toxicity to some level, but I'm talking sexual harassment and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And the burying of it, because a lot of these people are protected that do this kind of thing, and I want to be rid of it.
Nah, awesome.
Get
Like,
rid
I
of it.
100% agree, man. I don't know. Like, we covered this a few podcasts ago. You know, these reports coming out that they did. You know, they investigated into the state of that sort of thing in the industry, and
Yeah.
it's fucking rancid, dude.
Fucking
It's
rancid.
fucking like it's disgusting how prevalent it still is in 2022, and it was nothing but agreement from us on that.
Yep.
I'll tell
100%.
you. I could tell you so many fucking stories, man. And
Can you give us an
Like-
example? Can you give us? You don't have to name names, but can you give us just
Oh,
like a fucking?
I can give you two, right? So this was a lot. I'm not going to say any names.
Oh,
So
of course.
I could get into a lot of fucking trouble for this.
course.
So we had a person that was working for us, I guess you could say, right? And one of our members of our bands commented on a post from a victim, right? So this victim had come out and said, you know, some stuff about their abuser. Our guitarist, this was Jace, he went to that victim and showed support, etc. And a person that was working for us immediately said, take it down, otherwise I don't want anything to do with you. You are literally not. We are, as a band, and we, as much as we want to speak out about this kind of thing, as a band, like you are silenced from saying anything about that kind of stuff because people don't want to work with you. If you speak out about that, you're stirring trouble. People don't want to work with that, and it's such a fucking shame because we could call out so many people and finally, you know, do something about this kind of stuff. But we are silenced. We can't say anything about it. Otherwise, it's our reputation as well. You know, we've got to worry about our band and everything like that. And people like, yeah, it's just fucked, man. It really is. That's all I can say about it. Really.
And let's talk once we're off the air because I've got something rattling around in here that I think we need to. That I think we can talk about.
And the other one is venues as well. Venues do it as well. We've been in a situation. I won't say the venue. This was many years ago as well, where there was a particular person at a venue that we were playing at that was harassing women that were at the show, and we had multiple victims come to us and say, "Hey, you know, we were being harassed by this particular person." So we made a post on our band page to say, "Hey, look. Could we get all of the photos from the night from everyone?" And our what we wanted to do was get all the photos and sift through them and hopefully identify this guy so we could go back to the venue and say, hey, you know, this guy here is, you know, doing the wrong thing in your venue. Would you like to do something about that sort of thing, you know? And so we eventually did identify the guy. We went back to the venue and they basically told us to shut the fuck up about it. They said, you know, take down your post, take down everything. You know, we'll handle this, and they did nothing. And it turned out that guy was actually a friend of someone that worked at the fucking venue. And of course we got shut out there as well. So, like, because that's you know, you don't want that kind of stuff happening at your shows, and you don't want that kind of stuff happening at the venues. You know,
No,
And we thought it was really important for the venue to know that there was something happening, so they could, do something about it. Maybe ban that guy from coming out, being able to do that kind of thing to people. And we got shafted again, for trying to do something.
that's horrible.
It's
Really, that's awful, man. Like,
So-
That's
you guys
disgusting.
are out here trying to do the right thing, trying to be supportive and help people and ensure that and protect your fans and people that are going to these
absolutely,
shows.
absolutely.
And
And not just say your brand.
I mean,
Like,
look,
yeah.
I think
No,
we're
people
talking about this-
when that shit happens, they do, no, but it comes through the whole thing. Like, if that happens at their shows, women
Exactly.
won't want to go to their shows. Like,
Exactly.
it becomes a whole part and parcel thing. Like, yeah, okay, we'll work from the back, but let's get right to the front. And at the end of the day, if these guys get a reputation of every time a guy brings out their missus to a show and they just want to go get a drink or something like that and they're getting hassled.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that there's an element of brand protection there, but I think on a human level, that's more just about like
The fact that they have to you have to
it's-
take down posts is fucking.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, like
But yeah,
for
that's
a
horrid.
community that's supposed to be so all inclusive, it really sometimes doesn't feel that way, and something's got to change. And so toxicity, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
I would
No.
100% get rid of.
That is
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. But yeah, let's talk after the show, after that we're off the air, because I got
yeah.
some stuff I want to run by you there. All right, cool. So what's number 2? What have you got for us? What's your second thing?
Number 2, I guess, would be a level of toxicity as well, but more so like a superiority. Like people that turn up to shows just before they're about to play. They don't talk to anyone. They sort of sit in the back room and
Yep.
they fucking play their show and they fuck off right after it. That god complex that they have. I would get rid of that as well.
I'd
We're
fuck
all
that right
here,
off
man.
too.
We're all doing our thing. Like, let's not be heroes. We're not all rock stars.
No, dude, I'm
That
100%
sort of
on board with that. Like,
It
I get
happened to
not-
me so
not-
many
not every
times,
person
yeah.
from every band can come to every single show that they're playing at for the whole duration of the show and stay there. Like, I know that that's just unrealistic expectations, but we all know these bands that fucking every time they play a show, every single show they play, they show up an hour before they play, they fucking load in, and then like they're gone an hour after
Yeah.
the set.
Yeah,
We all know these bands that do it every single show, and
yeah,
it's you're not too good for the fucking scene. You're not too good to be there. You're not too good to be seen enjoying other fucking bands. You got into doing this because you like music. Go and enjoy the music. Be there to
100%.
support the other bands. Be there to support the show. Be there to be available to your fans. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
Just be
it's-
respectful.
100%.
We always
Yeah.
like when we used to play. When I was playing a band, we always had one rule. If we all had
Don't
to
be
go, at least try and have one representative of the band at the venue.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
if we all really had to leave, we would walk up to every single band. Like every
Yeah.
single band, or at least one member or two members of every single band. And if they had played, talked about their set, and if they hadn't played, explained the reason why we weren't going to see their set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at least a common point of respect for everyone that you're playing with to give them a reason. Look, hey, I've got to work tomorrow. We've played our show. Look, I'm knackered. We got to go.
Yeah.
At least have that common decency to sit there and give at least your work colleague, because that is what that person is at the end of that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That is your colleague, because you were playing on a set with them and you're all there to do the same job. It's your fucking colleague. Give them the same amount of
100%.
respect and say, hey, dude, look, good luck on your set tonight. I can't stay. Just best of luck.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, there's bands that I've played with since I've been up here, and look, I've only been back in gigging for a little over a year since I moved up here, right? Like,
Yeah.
and there's bands that I've played with a bunch of times with Skunk Bone, and I think there's been like a couple of bands where we've played multiple shows with them, and every show it's the same. they show up an hour before they go on, they load up, they play their set, and then they're fucking gone by the time
Yeah.
by the time the next band's finished. And like, they're a great band, and I want to fucking talk to them and give them props and be like, hey, you guys are awesome. Like, let's tee some shit up. Let's work together. Let's do some stuff because you guys are incredible, and we want to work. I think we could do some really good stuff together. And again, like, I try and give people the benefit of the doubt and put it down to luck, or maybe bad luck. Maybe it's just bad timing. Maybe they've all got some stuff on. I don't know. Or maybe they all work shift work, and they they're not, even though it's a weekend, they've got jobs that they've got to get to and stuff and all that business. Like, cool, whatever. But
when it happens every time,
when it happens every fucking time, it starts to look like a pattern, and it starts to get hard to believe it's because of that.
No, you're just dicks.
So, I don't want to go that far necessarily, but I just think
I can. I don't need shows. You're all dicks.
But we need guests. So, but the thing is, right? Like, we don't have to name names. These bands know who they are.
Yeah, and they'll come on here and say that they fucking don't do it.
Know who they are. And look, if there's anyone that's in these bands watching, just fucking come and just do what Kyle did. Just go up to just approach the other bands and say, look, sorry I didn't catch your set, blah, blah, blah. Sorry I'm not going to be able to catch your set. We got blah, blah, blah going on.
Yeah,
that's all you have to do.
Have a little bit of respect for your colleagues.
Whether you're above or below them on the bill, doesn't matter. Like, as we said, we're work colleagues. We're in this business together. We're trying to make shit happen. We're all just trying to get by for our bands. Just fucking be decent about it. That's all I think any of us are asking.
And it goes a long fucking way. Like, I mean, like, we are more than happy to play with anyone that, any time that comes and talks to us. And, if we're chatting at the back and we're having a good time, I mean, of course we want to go to play with you again, But, I mean, like, if you're deliberately, like, just turning up and leaving and shit like that, I mean, no one's going to want to play with you. Because it's just like, well, these guys think their shit don't stink. Like, who wants to play with that,
Exactly. So, all right, and what's your third one? What's your third thing?
The third one is, I'm not sure exactly what you would call it, but, like, let's say you have two bands that are starting out at the same time, right? Whatever genre it may be. Band 1 and Band 2, right? Band 2 knows such and such from such and such, so they get more opportunity than Band 1. Even though Band 1 could be essentially the better band, right? That kind of stuff. Who getting more opportunity than another band. Kind of stuff.
So more. I don't want to necessarily say nepotism because I think that implies more like
networking. The networking process.
Where it's I think you're saying you want it to be more of a meritocracy. I think is what you're getting.
Yeah, more. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, everyone gets a fair go. Like, we're not putting that band on just because he's cousin of fucking Joe Blow. They get priority over any other band because no one knows. It's
fair.
Everyone deserves a chance, man.
I feel ya.
Knowing the right people does obviously go a really long way. And
absolutely.
I will say this note: brown nosing is hard. Brown nosing is hard work.
Yeah, it is.
Like, at the end of the day, like, licking bum is hard work.
It is, and I suppose you always get to a point where you don't move forward unless someone or you need. So at some point you do need to know people, but I mean,
the worst part,
when kids are starting and things like that. I mean,
it absolutely can go too far.
Oh, fuck.
We've all seen examples of bands getting gigs that you're like,
just say it. They don't fucking deserve it. They don't fucking deserve it.
This opportunity, like, how are you headlining all these shows when you're getting blown off the stage by all the other fucking bands that are on the show? Like, no, I get it. I get it. I mean, it's once you've been in the business a while, you know a lot of people, and you can get yourself these hookups and these connections and stuff. And
but that's the extra work. That's the extra. That's what we talk about on the stream so many times. It's like, it's at the stage now where, because of social media, because of Spotify, because of shit like that, it needs to be that extra. And I completely agree with the fact that you're saying that bands that are not good enough get good spots.
Yeah, no, but it's not work if he was fucking, if he's the cousin, right?
Yeah,
If
no,
he was
it's
born
not.
into it.
No, no.
If you earn the contacts and you earn the spots, fucking good on you. That's what we want.
Yeah.
But just giving someone a foot up on anyone else because you know them, like maybe you work together or fuck they're in the family or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's not cool. That's not cool.
I think that comes down more to the people giving the opportunities and the people getting them.
Yeah,
If I'm fair, like
for sure.
I get where you're coming from. At the same
Yeah.
time, though, obviously being in a band, like doing music, like you're gonna, if an opportunity is presented to you, you're gonna take it. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
a perfect example.
You'd be stupid not to.
No, exactly.
Back in 2015, 2016, there was a couple of Sydney bands that were getting a lot of opportunities in terms of supports on international tours. And it was the same bands getting a lot of the opportunities, like the same sort of three or four bands were getting all the opportunities. And some people started being like, "Oh, I can't fucking believe these guys. They're taking opportunities away from other bands. Like, put some other bands on, And it's like, no, don't blame the bands.
No,
The bands are taking the opportunities that they've been given. It's blame the promoters that are not out there looking for other.
Yeah, the promoters are only doing themselves harm anyway by putting on these mediocre bands. By if you got band 1 and band 2, and band 1 is better than band 2, and you're putting on band 2, you're only doing yourself fucking injustice.
But the thing is, as well, like it's not just who's better; it's who's going to sell the tickets. From a promoters, it's when you're looking at promoters. Promoters care about who's going to sell the tickets, and if they've put on XYZ band before, and they know XYZ band has sold tickets, then they know why take a risk on another band. XYZ bands sold the tickets before; they're a proven commodity. Then, so
but then when he's saying when you're in the family, you got no hope.
If the band's selling tickets and they've earned that spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're in the family and someone's just going, "Oh, here's a spot for you," what hope do you have? What hope do you actually have? You got none.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really hope you had a good time. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. It helps the channel grow. We are still a fairly young channel and we like to try and grow our audience all over the world. We do also, for those of you who are interested, have a Patreon. It's just a couple of bucks a month. At the moment, you get all the videos early and ad-free, but we are working on ways to increase the value of that and make it a bit more enticing. So don't forget to keep an eye out and check back on what's going on over there. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.